So our next contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall.
What do you expect?
Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the Here we belong.
Introducing first, from Old Massachusetts, weighing 210 pounds, the right stuff, Steven
Oh, yeah! Oh, friggin' yeah!
and his tag team partner from Roswell, New Mexico, weighing in at 200 pounds even, Chris Cruz. And their opponents, first from Slap Play Academy, weighing 157 pounds, Hotshot Deshawn. His tag team partner from East Freetown, Massachusetts, weighing 280 pounds, the Rick David Baker.
Last name ever, first name.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at the Chop Shop Part 2. Boy, I got to tell you, Mikey, there has been quite the shakeup within the tag team division, and this is something that's been building. We're seeing a lot of odd pairings, especially the reconciliation between David Baker and Hotshot Deshawn.
As he
Whoa!
powerbombs him out of the ring onto Stephen Lust and Chris Cruz. David Baker and Chris Cruz have had a feud that has been going for nearly 2 years.
Someone still feeling salty about coming up many moons ago at Legacy here at the Chop Shop.
And both Deshawn and Stephen Lust are on the cusp of breaking out and making it to that next level as singles performers. And they're in there with two former Triple Crown champions.
A Big John Wayne.
Each man with a former Triple Crown champion on his team.
Big swing and a miss.
Oh,
Lust now taken by the scruff of the neck.
sends him off the ropes. Ducks one again. Atomic drop.
Oh!
And lights him up. Another atomic drop. Another atomic drop.
Oh!
And he's winding it up big and chops him almost out of his boots.
Stephen Lust's spine has just been jacked up like a 70s Cadillac. He is begging for reprieve, and David Baker's just making sport of him.
David Baker is having a good time. This is a side of David Baker we don't normally see. David Baker's usually got that evil grimace on his face. He's usually not having a good time. Seems to be a different side of David Baker tonight.
Well, I can understand patching things up between a colleague and yourself, but you know what? That characteristic mean streak of David Baker has led him towards many victories in the past. That may be something he needs to tap into here tonight.
You're absolutely right. I'll give you that, but I'll also offer a counterpoint, and maybe this could be throwing off his two opponents, especially Chris Cruz, who he knows very well and knows that Chris Cruz is expecting him to go out here and be aggressive and come in and really bring the hurt. To have fun might throw them off.
You know, right now we're looking at David Baker really on the wrong side of the tracks as Chris Cruz and Stephen Lust have effectively contained him.
Well, you gotta admit what happens when two tag team specialists get brought together. Two guys who are formidable as a tag team in their own right and get put together.
Yeah, I think that's something that may be overlooked on the behalf of Chris Cruz, but you know, you're spot on.
It's a fact. If you're a tag team wrestler, you can tag team with any other man who is a tag team wrestler and find cohesiveness.
Commish, I've seen it before, and you know what? Tonight has been a spot-on example. Yet again now, David Baker grounded. He's been effectively floored thus far.
I mean, I don't even think I can count the amount of tag team championships held between Chris Cruz and Stephen Lust.
Cruz now electing to asphyxiate his opponent over that middle rope.
Yeah, long time coming. Think about the frustration and everything that's going on in his head as he's doing that. This feud just will not end between these two, Chris Cruz and David Baker.
Lust with a big wind-up, delivers the knee to the midsection.
He put everything into that knee.
Not sparing any sort of grudge whatsoever. You know, Lust may not have a big history between these guys as far as championships are concerned, but we have seen him continuously showing his value as a singles commodity.
He came this close to getting his hands on the Hype Championship. He was within an inch away. He's on his way. He's on the cusp of becoming a top singles competitor here. He's on his way. He needs a win in this match specifically.
You can see why Chris Cruz would elect to tag up with him, considering all the assets that he brings to the table. David Baker looks almost completely depleted as he's hanging on for onto those ropes of dear life.
Let's just talk about for a second what being mentored by Chris Cruz can do for you.
Whoa!
As he gets destroyed, Stephen Lust. But what being mentored by Chris Cruz can do for you, as he has taken so many competitors from past and present in the RWA under his wing and has taken them to the next level. Guys like Mike Grossa, Nick Martian, Jack Connor, myself, Devin Blaze, Tommy Trainwreck, Jason Devine, Ricky McDarris, the list goes on. Chris Cruz is responsible for the success of many of those guys. It's not a bad thing to be teaming him with him right now.
It certainly is not, but they need to get back on the same
Flying
page.
clothesline, and Deshawn is on fire.
The hot shot.
Is on a hot streak.
He certainly is. He's found himself interjected into the matchup at the right time. We have not seen Lust recover as of yet.
Doubles
Chris
over,
Cruz
gets countered, goes for those jabs, blocks him. I've never seen that. Mr. Roundhouse kick, super kick. Chris Cruz catches him.
an effective combination
Throws
of
a back
strikes.
fist, countered, tilt-a-whirl, satellite, backbreaker.
Cover applied. Baker in the ring. He breaks up the pin just in the nick of time. Chris Cruz effectively cornering and isolating Hotshot Deshawn in a heated exchange.
And you gotta believe this. Sour grapes from last month. These two went at it one-on-one.
Whatever residual feelings may be, in my opinion, Hotshot Deshawn really needs to turn up the volume here.
Slamming him back into their corner.
Now that's a problem with a lot of our competitors. They take things personal and they go into their history that they may have had with some of their, cohorts. Guys, keep your eyes on the prize.
It's time to win the match. Floored Deshawn with the double shoulder tackle out of the short arm from both arms.
What's Cruz got in mind here again now? He's really starting to isolate the upper body here.
Really working over Hotshot Deshawn.
Not so sure that's the best method to take.
Double stomp.
And a phantom tag taking place between Cruz and Lust. Boy, they're
I guess
really
the
starting.
referee heard it because he's not acknowledging the fact that they just switched.
Nah, you can't go on just your ears alone. I've been in that ring in the zebra stripes before.
They're really putting it on Deshawn right now.
The only thing that is left, in my opinion, in Hotshot Deshawn's favor are his legs. And look at that extension, but Lust swats him out of the way and works that lower lumbar right into the pin.
Unfortunately, that athletic vertical leap worked against him as the drop kick found nothing, and he just took a huge fall to his chest.
Boy, I gotta tell you, this kid's midsection has really been taken under so far.
You're right, Stephen Lust saw that opening, and now he's working it over double time.
David Baker starting to lose his patience now. Looking to interject into the matchup, and I can understand why, but the road to hell is paved on good intentions. Yet again, our referee was tied up, and Hotshot Deshawn
Trying to fight his way out of the corner of his opponents. Stephen Lust has got his leg, trips him down. That's it. There's no way he's escaping now.
Now this has virtually been a 2-on-1 melee.
Ref! there's no way that can be legal.
I mean, that's a questionable call in my opinion.
Discretion, I guess.
Oh!
Classic Chris Cruz with the knee drop. Nobody does it better.
Shades of Ric Flair.
That Mayor, he might be going for another one.
Chris Cruz, you know,
Just slowing it down.
he's got one of the better wrestling IQs than most give him credit for.
He's one of the best technical wrestlers in New England. That's a fact.
You know, he's got a nefarious nature about him. He likes to brawl, he likes to scrap. But you're spot on, Commissioner. I have seen some classical technique out of him many times in the past. That may be what he needs to turn up and then the rest of this matchup to really grant himself a potential victory.
Chris Cruz has got a huge chip on his shoulder right now. He was on top of the world not too long ago. He was a 3-time Triple Crown champion. He was on top in this place. And he quickly fell from grace. And it's been a struggle to get back to the top.
Whoa.
As he takes a step up Hurricane Rana, Stephen Lust comes in illegally, throws Deshawn into his corner. David Baker's not going to have that.
Now things are really starting to boil over. Our referees are desperately trying to contain this order as much as possible.
Definitely goes against the rules, but it was certainly effective.
Bueno, man,
I don't think the kid can really last much longer. Just my objectivity here is that he doesn't have the same kind of stamina as some of our larger competitors. He's got a lot of heart, man, but he is just almost
They're just bullying
on it.
him in the corner. You see this?
It's tough to watch. It's extremely tough to call, ladies and gentlemen, because I feel for this young man right now. Shots to the midsection.
As you can kind of feel this hushed silence go over the crowd because they understand that Hotshot Deshawn is in a lot of trouble right now. Catapults into the corner, pushed through the ropes, lands on Cruz's knees.
And that is some effective tag wrestling right there. Some tandem offense between Lust and Cruz. Ooh!
Did you hear that elbow drop?
David Baker just dishing it back out. Breaking up the pin effectively thus far.
Chris Cruz and Stephen Lust are doing a great job of isolating Hotshot Deshawn. But my God, what the hell is going to happen should Hotshot Deshawn get a tag to David Baker? They are really pushing his buttons. They are really stirring the pot right now. And when he gets in the ring, I fear for their lives.
You know, having turned over a new leaf, I got a lot of respect for David Baker and practicing the patience that he has. But if I were in his shoes, I would have lost it minutes ago.
It takes a man to admit he was wrong and own up to his past mistakes. But how much can a man take before he's pushed to that ledge again?
Hotshot Deshawn now being pushed well beyond his limits in this matchup, but effectively now breaks the hold applied by Cruz as you see them slugging it out.
He's digging down deep. Pump kick. Yakuza. Forearm. Slips the slam. Low kick, forearm. Mounting the combos, back fist. Fires up, throws the wild lariat. Kicks him down, kicks him up. Jabs, two-piece.
Oh!
Definitely just knocked Chris Cruz out.
That is one way to crush someone's eardrum.
Oh, they're slugging it out.
These men are going toe-to-toe, and it's
Reverse
starting to
the
look
whip.
ugly.
Jumps to the top, catches him at the pass.
Spanish fly!
Holy shit!
Both men are on their back right now.
This place is coming unglued, and you can see how and why.
That was exactly what Deshawn needed. That was the opening Deshawn needed. He's got to make a tag to David Baker.
Tag made! Tag made!
David Baker's coming in hot. Waves through.
Big
Stephen
windup!
Lust goes for the ride. David Baker's reeling himself. Make sure his partner's okay.
Both guys are on the same page. Baker
Gonna
now.
use his partner as a projectile. Drop kicks through Cruz. Drop kicks through Stephen Lust.
Some tandem offense again
Drop
by
kicks
David
through
Baker and
both
Hotshot
men.
Deshawn. This is fantastic.
Sentons him. David Baker didn't have to do a damn thing. He used his opponent as a weapon.
That is how to split up the workload, ladies and gentlemen. Things have again become unraveled here in this tag team matchup. You can see our official staff just looking at the welfare of everyone.
Stephen Lust is in trouble. He's gonna give him.
He's gonna give him the dirt ski. Baker's feeling good.
Slips the power bomb. Hot sauce. Tags
the
back to
tag.
Hot Shot. Zigzag.
Wait
Wait
a
a minute.
Stephen
He's
Lust
got
doesn't
it covered,
realize
but
it.
he's not legal.
Oh!
No water in the pool. Hot Shot is hurting.
And he throws himself to the wolves, ends up with a face full of canvas. Lust has just enough wherewithal to make it to his feet, but does he realize who's legal?
He's real proud of himself that he telegraphed that blind tag.
By the scruff of the neck, Hot
Just
Shot gets a
slamming him
face full of buckle.
Nothing pretty about that.
Hoist him up to that top rope. You gotta wonder what kind of shape Chris Cruz, what kind of shape David Baker is in. This has been a heated exchange. There is a hush over the chop shop as everyone is
Chris
fixated
Cruz.
on what's taking place here.
He's got Deshawn's foot. He's not letting him jump off.
Oh!
Sent Chris Cruz for the rod. Second rope. Reverses.
And Hotshot Deshawn is going to scale the top rope, hammering that final nail in the coffin. Can this new union take the victory here tonight?
Wait a minute.
What? No!
Oh my God! What the hell just happened?
It was a ruse! It was a ruse! David Baker, you son of a bitch!
Are you freaking kidding me? God damn it! Bobby Rossi, is this happening? Am I seeing what I'm seeing after 2 years? The blood feud, the wars that Chris Cruz and David Baker have had, could they be joining forces right now?
The wool has been pulled over our eyes
This
yet
can't be happening.
again, Commissioner.
This can't be happening.
It is
Rossi, I'm
black
beside
curtains.
myself. I can't believe this. What the hell is going on?
What's going on is an old adage, age-old. If you can't beat them, join them. And the forces of Chris Cruz and David Baker
No.
have united.
No.
They're going to make an absolute
No,
sacrifice
stop.
out of this kid.
Stop!
There is no honor in this.
This guy, stop! I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Why, Cruz? Why? Why?
It is black curtains for Hotshot Deshawn. The sacrificial lamb has been made sport of as Chris Cruz and David Baker do the unthinkable. And after 2 years of hatred, the axe has been buried. They are now enterprising. What again does this say for the RWA?
They just shook hands. They just shook hands. Cruz and David Baker just shook hands.